In this demonstration, let's see how Interop, Business Process Management, with AI can redesign the way you work. Our customer service team needs to respond to issues coming from around the country and field the right questions and answers to them rapidly. We need to determine what's a priority and who to send to the field first. It's 6 p.m. in Michigan at our automotive supplier factory. They're having an issue with the conveyor belt where the PLC is just not working. So with a QR code or a link, they can go ahead and go into your process and enter in the information in your customized form. So they're using the RS Logix 500 PLC with error code 306. They've swapped the lines and were operational. They just like it fixed by the end of the month. Also, they can upload a photo of the problem directly inside of your process. No more emails or file attachments. Your automotive supplier can go home in peace. Meanwhile, in Iowa, there is a dangerous ammonia gas leak at a food processing facility. They're going to your processes to also launch a new one, indicating their problem with this ammonia leak in building D32. They need help immediately to shut it down and fix the issue, and they've already called 911. Imagine all the food loss from this production down. They'll also upload their image of this serious problem. Now, in your system, Bpm and AI have already analyzed both of these situations and the wordings of your customers and determined that one is important, the ones from the automotive supplier, but this one, even though it came in second, is urgent. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the process where the customer entered it at the beginning and AI analyzed it. So it took a look at what the customer said and prioritized it and set the priority of the task automatically in Bpm, and it recommends the next steps for the issue and then determines also the business relation you have with this customer. So let's look at the urgent one. We have their statement of what's happening, their name, and the history. Let's take a look. That looks bad. What's next? All right. The system, the AI, has looked at it, and this example, we're using Ford and Ford Motorship partners and dealerships, but we have a 30-year relationship with this customer, and we have 2 service providers that can go out there. One's 25 miles away, the closest. Also, the AI has recommended a suggested answer for you to respond back to your customer. This saves a ton of time. So the AI automatically puts that in, but it's up to the customer support person to review it and determine what is appropriate and what is not. So, cool things, it tells you stand 300 feet upwind. There are some steps in here that may or may not be applicable for the end customer, but maybe it is good for your side. So we'll delete what we don't need, and we'll modify it as required. So we are going to send a crew within 45 minutes, and using the information on the left-hand side, we can determine who's best appropriate to do this. So we're going to create an issue in 3D Experience, or it could be a third party like Jira, and we're going to go ahead and send the crew ASAP to Atlantic, Iowa, and using Harlan. That information will then get fed back into our system to create the right issue. Now we can look at our auto supplier's request. So the AI flagged this as important, not urgent, because it's due by the end of the month. Remember again, this is a conveyor belt with RS Logix 500 PLC error code 306. The photo that the customer uploaded, and the AI has looked in our system like a CRM system to see, oh, we've had a 20-year relationship with them, and here are the nearest dealerships to help. So that saves us a lot of time from doing research or looking in multiple systems trying to figure out who to send. The AI also indicates the suggestions that we can return back to our customer. So we could send the whole response back, but technically you should look at it, review it, and then just use the pieces that are the most applicable to save you time and give the customer the best experience possible. So we'll upload a file for them, and instead of using email with attachments, we will send this to them as a task within our process system. Let's get back to the food processing facility, and we can monitor all the processes in Bpm here. We can see in green the path that's been taken for this particular process and the time things have taken. We've created the issue in 3D Experience and sent an email. So in Iowa, they received this email indicating what they can expect. So it's customized to the user as well as any information the customer rep entered, and some of that AI suggested responses have gotten in here to, again, accelerate the response time and improve customer services. BPM integrates tightly with 3D Experience objects, including issues, and we have automatically created this issue based upon the business process. So we have transferred information such as the title as well as the description, like the address of the customer service request, and also what the customer service rep entered, including a link back to the business process. Now it's morning in Michigan and our conveyor belt issue is receiving an email requesting more information from our customer. So with this link, they'll go directly into our process system and see the information requested from our customer service rep. We'll have the history of what they want you to do, as well as the history of what you said, and any files uploaded to the customer. So we, again, eliminate emails, eliminate file attachments, and we have the full process in one system that is auditable and traceable. So the customer is going to go ahead and perform some of those resets, and he notices he still gets the error 306 with some beeping noises. He wants to move up the appointment from the end of the month to next week. He finishes his task, and now it goes back into the system where the AI will reanalyze and suggest answers for his problem. We're now in blue at the customer service rep, and let's take a look at what the AI did. It flagged it now as urgent because the customer moved up the request from the end of the month to next week. So we can see the history of who said what and when, as well as the reminder from the CRM, our relationship to this customer. We'll see that the AI has recommended a new suggestion based upon this, including the addition of the beeping noises alongside the error 306, and offer some recommendations. We can read through this as a service rep and determine what's appropriate and what's not, and modify this information to send back. Within a minute, your auto supplier in Michigan is going to receive an email letting them know your response to their service request. Your customer support has been awesome because you respond in rapid fashion. Now, let's take a look at how you can monitor these processes in the company. So anytime you need, you can go back and audit all the information, what was said, how long things took, who the emails went to, how long they took, and as well look at the responses from your customer service rep and the suggestions coming from AI. All of this is recorded and traceable and allows you to feel confident in your processes. Lastly, we have a business process analyst role, which allows us to look at all the processes running and their historical performance. We can see on average how long tasks take, who are the users that are taking the longest, and also see in colors how many average passes we do, which branches of the process are taking the most or the least, and how long are our bottlenecks taking, so that we can improve them in the future.